Hello, hello. I am Kidana Waldemichael, a student of Masters of Arts in Education 670 Artifact Analysis presentation I'm doing today. And my salute is to professor and my colleague students. I live in San Diego. I'm also proud father of three children, and I am excited to be part of this Master of Arts in Education 670 Applied Practitioner Research last course for graduation, or I'm so glad to be. Currently, I reside in San Diego, though I originally came from Ethiopia, a country with a rich history and culture. My academic journey also includes a BA in Liberal Studies with major in Business Administration without mentioning prior cultural educations. My passion for education focuses on culturally responsive teaching, inquiry-based learning, and social-emotional learning, (SEL). I am particularly interested in integrating research-based strategies to provide integrative methodologies and learning outcomes. One, just next, my program learning outcomes and response perspective is the next topic I'd like to talk about. The program learning outcomes, as we had and learned in the class about PLOs. PLOs serve as a key competencies developed through the program, and they align with educational theories and research-based practices. Particularly, Master of Arts in Education 670 emphasizes on applied practitioner research, next, in inquiry-based learning, social emotional learning (SL), educational leadership and advisory, culturally responsive pedagogy. These are the main points the course addresses. On those PLOs, the PLO 1 acts as application of research-based practices, focuses on integrating evidence-based theories, applicable empirical research, and best instructional practices into teaching and assessment and curriculum design or curriculum development. PLO2, as an effective instructional design, emphasizes creating, engaging, inclusive, and developmentally appropriate learning experience tailored to diverse learning, and implement assessment, analyze student performances, and make data informed instructional adjustments. PLO 4 uh, deals with professionalism, ethical practices, and highlights the ethical responsibilities of educators and fostering education, equitable education and inclusive learning environments at the higher level. The next topic I want to talk about is one of those programs about ADM, a legend as a framework of educational programs. This one, the I, the D, the M are acronymed, introduced that deals with concepts and skills are introduced at foundational level. that shows introductory. Develop is also like deeper engagement with concepts through structured application. The master aim stands for demonstrate full competency and independent application. The IDMM as a framework scaffolds learning, ensuring structural skill and development. The next topic is all that comes into a table, and they call it plan of study, ADM mapping, and artifact analysis. And the following plan of study, ADM curriculum mapping, and artifact analysis annotated table is demonstrated here below. In that table, there are 10 POS courses, MAER 610, and then POS 2, MAE 670, POS 3, ITI 670, POS 4, ITI 510, POS 5, ITI 530, POS 6, ITL 518, and ITL 7, POS 7, ITL 516, POS 8, ITL 64, POS 9, ITL 608, and the last 10th one is POS 10, ITL 606. All these have their goals and addresses, and they align with the 4 POs, PO1, PO2, PO3, and PO4. Next is about courses versus artifacts, artifact selection. This one, each course has many artifacts. As I can explain is that each course has many activities. Therefore, the activities in each course is starting from 600, if I can to mention, from class presentation, exchange of with the students, comments, responses, aha moment writing, assignments, research papers, reports, study review, peer review, articles, writing, proposals like what we did for ITM 16 at last. For example, IPA PO1 16 Plan of Study Practitioner Research Artifact Practitioner Research Proposal is the artifact that I have done. Second one is MAE 670 Applied Practitioner Research and Artifact Action Research Study as a social emotional learning. That was the artifacts I emphasize. Third, ITI 670 as an introduction to social emotional learning was the artifact I deal. Artifact SEL literature learning plan effective instruction was the action I took. The fourth ATL 510 Learning Literacy Foundation. The artifact of that learning class was Literacy Development Case Study. For 5:30, the artifact was optimizing learning community activity as a project by performing ethical practices in community involvement. The sixth one, ITL 518, was science integrating design. That artifact was very interesting one. What has to do with ESTM based learning lesson plan development, particularly deals with effective instructional design. Seventh one was 3816, very interesting about mathematical study and design or lesson plan development. That one also from differentiated instruction perspective. ITL 604 was about literacy and learning. That artifact deals with theory and development analysis. ITL 608 was about design and practices of teaching. Phoenix 2, the main artifact, was about universal design for learning, UDL implementation. The 10th one was about ITL 606, that was as a course about learning and learning to learners and learning course 2. That artifact specifically deals with ethical case study in education. The next topic I like to address is that about the artifact alignment with the program learning goals. Number one, practitioner research proposal artifact research. A that deals with comprehensive review of empirical literature or pre-review literature to explore responsive research-based theories and critically evaluating their applications. Number two is about research study on social emotional learning or ESL. This artifact highlights mastery level competency in learning empirical data to inform decision making, ensuring that assessment outcomes translated into meaningful and improvement based in instructional effectiveness measurements. All these artifacts are also supported by references. Number three, I like to address about artifact is to about social emotional learning. Um, responses programs beyond the introductory level as I applied research uh, programs. Number four is about language literacy foundation. This artifact demonstrates my ability to apply evidence-based instrument theories, methodologies, and best practice to enhance teaching and learning. The fifth one is about community engagement plan artifacts. These artifacts developed me or helped me through foundation, including family school practices. Number um, six is about STM-based learning lesson plan artifact. This activity demonstrated my proficiency in developing hands-on program solving activity that helped me to excel in society to teach and participate. Number seven is about differentiated mathematical instruction plan. These artifacts showcased my competency in employing formative and summative assessment in the classes where I teach. Number eight is about learning theory analysis. This artifact helped me demonstrate my emotional and ability to apply phase theory to instrumental design for teaching. Number nine is about um, UDL implementation artifact that showed me mastery in teaching inclusive, adaptive, and capability in learning and teaching areas. Number 10 is about ethical case study artifact. As a course activity, the, this helped me employ real world dilemma in how to deal with it in education, applying the school decision making, and advocating for students center equity development in teaching practices. The next topic I'd like to make part of this discussion is that about tools used in each artifacts. Each of us may use differently, but the most I am using is about Google, um, and then like a research paper preparations, APA formatting, experimental research studies, largely inquiry-based learning project-based learning models, case studies, SL implementations, reflective journal, digital storytelling, peer feedbacks, culturally responsive teaching lesson plan development on multicultural literature. Each tool played a crucial role in enhancing learning outcomes for the respective artifacts. The next topic I like to mention and share with you is that about key concept analysis for each artifact that I mentioned earlier. Number one, for Master of Arts in Education 610, As a practitioner research course, um, I extended the foundation competency research used to process by developing a research question selective or to write research and review articles. Next is about I'm going to go to the next topic. Example of artifact annotations. Courses like ITI 670 Introduction to SL Artifacts, research paper and racial race bias in education analysis. Number one, examine the role of educators in mitigating social biases. Number two, demonstrated mastery in integrating social and cultural responsive teaching. Number three, provide evidence of competency in research application within the education setting. Each annotation demonstrates a clear link between coursework, learning objectives, and practice application. The next topic I'd like to share is that about thoughts and reflections. The Master of Art in Education 607 program, for example, has enhanced my research capability and instructional approaches. Critical insights I can mention and that I gained are the importance of inquiry-based learning in fostering critical thinking, like the impact of social emotional learning, creating supportive learning environments, and the role of culturally responsive teaching in ensuring inclusivity. Moving forward, I will continue to apply on research-based strategies to improve study in the teaching environment and success. And now, research is to do a research is very crucial in professional growth and continuous learning. At last, thank you for participating in this presentation or discussion. Thank you very much. But I leave you with some important questions such as how can educators effectively integrate inquiry-based learning with social emotional to enhance the students' outcome? Number two question I'd like to share is in what ways can culturally responsive teaching be adapted to diverse study population in the digital age? Thank you very much. I appreciate Professor for sharing and teaching us, students for being together. Thank you very much. Have a good night.